Hello guys, tuko VP. Are we good? Yeah, so welcome to this channel, Doita Reacts. Hii channel ambayo, just as the name suggests, is me reacting to stories, to videos, to whatever is in the online space. And it's simply me being a consumer of content and looking at content and sharing my opinions with you, right? It's more of a social, a commentary thing. Now, so my first episode is very interesting because this is a story that I'm also very interested in. So it's a story about KRA. And a while back, KRA waka announced they're employing, they are adding to their staff. Now, they put out the advertisement, the advertisement, or whatever you call it, advertisement, a tangazo that they are employing guys. And what caught the eyes of many, me included, is the gross salary that the job was attracting, or the position of a revenue assistant something, and the gross was 53,500 shillings, which when you apply the statutory deductions it comes around maybe 51,000, 50,000. Now for an average Kenyan who is unemployed, maybe who has been unemployed for the last couple of years, who is struggling with the rising cost of living and everything, that is a lot of good money. And so, like many Kenyans, I also applied, which turns out was the wrong idea. Wajinga ni sisi, okay? Wajinga ni nani? Wajinga ni sisi. So let me take you step by step how the events turned out in the next 14, 15 minutes. So I'm going through the webs. I come across this article, and KRA announces jobs with 53,000 shillings, and for C minus holders, how to apply. I read the article. I went and applied. A while later, I get this email. Where is that email? Email KRA. Hey, I get this email. Sorry. Yes, after applying, I received this email. Your application for the position of revenue service assistance has been received. It will be reviewed. After that, I get this email. So, thank you for expressing interest in the position. And in the position, we are pleased to inform you that you have been shortlisted. So, I imagine there are so many people who applied for this position, and so the shortlisting, whatever aspect of it, means a lot of us were told nope, and then some of us passed to the first phase, and then the people who passed to the first phase, we were subjected to an online aptitude test. This is simply a questionnaire that you're filling some answers. Oh, who is the Secretary General of KRA? What is the mandate of KRA? What are the values of a KRA, or whatever? Some calculations, blah blah blah, all those things. And after that, I was like, this is going well, better than expected. And this was on the 1st of June. And so from this point, we were told whoever is going to go past this phase is going to be contacted. And there is me always refreshing. I kept on refreshing my email account, my email, my inbox. Kept on refreshing every day. Namka na refresh every day. Namka and refresh for the last 15 days. Story short times, I have come today in the morning. I came across a certain Twitter thread. The Twitter thread was where? Let me get it for you. I come across this Twitter thread by the guy called a minute, guys. By Kim Tai. And Kim Tai says this, quote unquote, I'm in a group of 200 people, 200 plus people. We are all graduates, and around 120 of us applied for KRA revenue assistant. Revenue assistant. We all did the aptitude test successfully and submitted. Tell me why there is not even one person contacted for the second phase. So at this point, I was like, wait a minute, Have people been contacted? It's on the 15th. For crying out loud, we applied like 2 weeks ago, thousands of us. How come 2 weeks later, KRA has managed to go through all the applications and choose a select few? And I was like, huh, no, this guy is lying. So I was like, Kimtai, before even I read your thread, I'm like, nope. Before even I go through the comments, I'm like, KRA has to have made a formal communication to somebody, at least to myself. I applied, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, let me check the portal where I put my application. So I went direct to the portal. I went to erecruitment.kr.go.ke. I went there, nikafinya hapo kwa employment opportunities, nikafinya my applications. Okay, give me a second. Yeah, so I went and checked my application. To refresh, I refresh the page. I'm refreshing the page again and again. Do you see what I'm seeing? My application is still in process. Wow. So I'm like, okay, Kimtai, this is your story. You are purporting that people have already been contacted. And I'm like, no, hold your peace. Mine is still in process. So maybe there's still a chance for me. And then I'm like, okay, but he cannot be just saying things out of the blues. So I'm like, let me check KRA is Kenya Revenue Authority handle on Twitter. And then I go through their post because that's how you're going to now find Kenyans commenting. So I'm like, okay, 22 hours ago, they posted that, or whatever. I see this post has 20 comments. Let's go and check. So the first comment is post related. Uh, and then I come across this guy, Kipiegon Victor. He says this, I will not file those returns. Hamwezi ninyima kazi ya RSA and expect me to file those returns. And I'm like, okay, vile mmeniweka ningoje results za aptitude test ndio venye mtangoja file nini returns zangu. And I'm like, okay, RSA jobs zilienda wapi, blah 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 blah, nini. And then as I'm scrolling, I come across this Rotich Isaiah someone who says, what was the purpose of the aptitude test? Why take Kenya youth for ride to hell? And I post a screenshot as I'm sharing with you this. Yeah, this guy on Facebook kwenye ameandika, I'm happy to share that I will be starting a new position at as RSA with the Kenya Revenue Authority. I have landed this opportunity courtesy of my super MP, Honorable Dr. Lydian Gogo. I really do something. Dr. I really have to celebrate you for this amazing empowerment. Our youth should start exercising patience and trust in the process. And that nonsense. And I'm like, huh? Okay, is this thing legit? People are 99% of the youth are refreshing their emails. Others are already packing their bags, and I'm like, yes, I imagine sometimes it's okay to not be able to employ everybody, but can you have the courtesy of communicating everything? But I'm like, huh, mine is in process. But KRA, people are commenting, blah 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 blah, and I'm like, no, I'm looking for an official communication. Okay. So I decided, you know what? Since I don't think. Let me see. Let me just scroll before I give up. So I'm waiting to see where maybe KRA has addressed that whatever that issue. That is June 13th, June 10th, June 10th. Sorry, June 14th, and that's all. No communication, and I'm like, huh. But we also have the other page called KRA Care, and I come here because this is like their customer care or whatever branch, and they really respond very fast. So I come here, I check their post. This post has 24 comments. We go through them, 27 comments. This is from when? This is from 23 hours ago. So let's check this one. So I come to their page. Comments. Business related, business related. This guy says he has a very big question to ask. Yes, so I come across now this, which is very interesting. Kwendo Samson anasema hivi, which is a very legitimate Kenyan comment. Anasema hivi, Aki, kindly please come out and clear all these rumors we are hearing about people being shortlisted for the for the RSA positions because a majority of us that did the aptitude test have not been contacted. Karen responds by saying, "Hi Samson, please note that successful applicants have been contacted. If not shortlisted, keep on checking our recruitment portal for future postings." And I'm like, let's see what Kwendo replies by saying. He says, okay, he Kenya Bila connection, how to boy. From all the people we applied with a relative to our MP, with a relative to our MP, only received whatever. Ni sawa tu. So, and I'm like, okay, now this is more of a formal communication because this is KRA page and they are saying that unless they are hacked. And so I'm like, okay. So why do you still have my page, my application, in process? Should I just delete it? What should I do with it? Or should I just withdraw it? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. Since it's not like I'm unemployed as per se. It's not like I was looking for that, job dearly. It's not like whatever. But I imagine there are so many Kenyans who are looking for that opportunity to, for once, get some formal employment. And so I'm like, huh, okay. Then I imagine this must be very devastating for a very huge chunk of our youth. And I'm like, let me go through the comment section of this thread to see what is going on. So this guy says, "Hi, I'm an applicant of the recent advertised job in KRA. I was shortlisted for the first phase, and from there, those of us whom were shortlisted knew each other, and we formed a WhatsApp group where we were 1,000 plus, and there are also many other groups about the job. Today, the second phase has been done. People have been called for training. Out of all the groups, the 2,000 plus members, not even one has been selected, but people have been but have been selected. Whom did they take? Is it fair out of the 2,000 plus people we knew each other, not even one has been selected? It goes back to the question of what exactly are you looking for? And I feel it is unfortunate, sorry, that Gary has to do this to Kenyan youth. One, they know very well that when you lower the qualification, uh, requirement, you increase the basket of people who are going to bring the applications, right? It's like you say, we are employing teachers in Kenya. Qualification, be alive. And I'm like, bro, all of us can apply for that position. What you can do as an institution, and you should use your brain. Sometimes, like you're like, narrow down to the specifics you're looking for. If you're looking for people with connection, people who have a relative who is an MP, people who have done business, then just write that. Write this. For people applying, requirements: have a national ID, and have an uncle who is an MP, and they have a course in business. Then at least 60% of us don't apply, because now you open up people's minds to have an expectation that something big is coming. And then people even start planning their lives, venye nitahama niende kuishi place ingine, venye I'm going to change my life, venye I'm going to support blah blah blah, going to start whatever, all those things. People get to have ideas. And then, boom, one morning people wake up, it is trending, it is a rumor. Like, you've not come out outright to tell people, you know what, this happened, this happened. No communication. The same energy you had looking for us to apply, why is it not the same energy you have, or you had, to communicate this information? At least kwa emails when the guys were shortlisted, at least those emails. But now it is all rumors and and everything. But also from this conversation here, you're like, these are 2,000 people, 2,000 people who are looking for that opportunity. 2,000 people. These are 2,000 Kenyans who don't have a job, and they are graduates. And this is a small number. It's we over. Just count how many Kenyans graduate per year. How many Kenyans yeah, do this? The absorption rate into employment versus the graduation rate. Of every 10 graduates, only two get employed. These eight are part of this career day that were looking for this opportunity. So going down to other comments, hey, this guy says you are just part of a formality. The people to be hired must have been chosen before they said the test even. And I'm like, okay. It makes a lot of sense that maybe watu wenye sorry, Junior Choma, the guys who have been selected to work, they it was known that they were going to work from a long time ago. It was just a formality. Whatever they were doing, saying at you, we are taking applications. It was nonsense. And I think this has to be addressed. That parastatals and other institutions, when they are taking in people employing people, there's a formality in law that they have to advertise the positions out. However, there's the notion that this is put, this they have this in mind when they employ people, which I think is nonsense and it is a lie. This is just a formality that they have to follow because of the law. Otherwise, what will happen is what happened to the housing levy during the Kenyatta regime, where Uhuru alisema watu watoe the levy for housing, and then he was taken to court by workers' unions because there was no public participation. However, if you ask him, there was public participation. The challenge is you involve the public not with the intention of taking in the input, but you are just ticking the box of public participation, which is ridiculous because now KRA you have subjected very many Kenyan youths to have that high expectation that kuna janta, lakini in real sense unajua hakuna kazi, ni vako tu anyway. So this a photo that was circulating in the online that life scenes kwa training center. Now people were boarding the bus kwenda and let me see if someone what was the response to this. Yeah, so someone comments here and says they already they already told how to go and what they need to carry ni nini. Sasa hiyo mazee, kuna tu msee ako pahali tu kwa nyumba bado wana scroll nini, bado wana refresh email, aigojea communication, and that's how they communicate. So this guy says plug one duma, he says niko kwa telegram group ya 2500 people and none has confirmed being shortlisted. Kimeturamba kabisa. The interviews must have been for those who did not qualify. I agree with you, Jacobs. Gadhoni Ndungu says labda walipick watu wa KCSE tu juu hata hiyo ndio ilikuwa kwa JD something. But Kimtei anauliza walijuaje mtu ako na degree and then Malik Shakur says watu hata wako Eldoret training iko karibu commence. So let's see this comment. And you see it is like the way you something can happen, something very important. It's like ni venye unaweza kaenda kwa interview and then you apply for a job, the 10 of you, and then you're coming to know that you did not qualify in the on Twitter. You're like, there's no better way of communicating this anyway. You're like, and as you conclude this video, I love this video. This is my favorite. KRA. Cry more, increase it. Cry more. Cry more, increase it. Increase it. This is KRA telling Kenyans. Cry more. Cry more, increase it. Yeah, and you know what? the moral lesson of this conversation is that this is Kenya. And as someone said here, San Nkara, say those jobs were being hawked. And this can be a possible conversation, or possible reality of the fact that these jobs already, the people who had to take them already, they were already chosen. This was just a game. It's just a gimmick, and it was just ticking the box of participation, and that it was advertised. Considering they also used the money to advertise this work, and then they already had received whatever they needed to receive. Yeah, and then now from the other conversation, from the other screenshot from Facebook, this guy is thanking the MP, at, oh, you need to be patient, blah 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 blah. And then you're like, ni mimi mjinga ama ni yeye mjinga? How does your MP get involved with this conversation? How is he coming in? How is he coming in? I don't get it. Like, your MP is not even anywhere close to the KRA. They are in legislature. KRA is a parastatal. Even if your MP, whatever. So unless it is a backdoor means where MPs are able to go and bribe whatever, but it's just a complicated thing. But I would just love that KRA just comes clean. Naambiwa Kenya, this is what we do, and hatupangwingwi. You can cry all you want on Twitter. That is, we have left that to you. And so I'm like, because that is then how things are. See, I can even just delete this in any delete this application. I'm trying to delete it in process. I'm trying to delete this. Can someone withdraw or delete? I don't know. Let me just log out. Don't know what that's all about. Yeah, so thanks guys for watching this video. Hope you're finding some light into this, and you're still waiting to be contacted. What should tell you now? That is not happening. We are sorry about that. Yeah, so have a good afternoon and see you in the next one. Bye bye. Support this work, subscribe, like, share with a friend who also who also applied for this job na kupata. Just tell them, let's go for plan B. Sindio? Okay.